Life Coach, Danny Bonaduce, Life.
All right, it is time to call Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. Call me right now at 1-800-252-1025. It's easy to do. Or we'd love to get your emails, lifecoach@KZOK.com. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let's start with Becky in Puyallup and see what's up with Becky. Good morning, Becky.
Hello.
Hello.
So I have a good friend who's struggled with alcohol addiction,
Right.
throughout her life. Has cleaned up a couple of different times and has really pulled her life back together, and got herself a great job, got herself a great fiance. I'm starting to see things that are sort of slippery slope issues.
All right, for
creeping.
example?
Drinking the mouthwash
Well,
instead of spitting it out.
That's not a slippery slope, Becky. That's a scream for help. In my house, and I've been sober 4 years, plus I have the some medication I take that makes alcohol a bad idea. I use alcohol-free mouthwash. I don't have any.
Pull your mic down a little bit.
It's not that. It's something. It seems a little better. I don't have straight vanilla extract in my house because it seems like that's a slippery slope. Drinking it is such a bad idea. What does she do when she drinks it?
Well, we were just having a conversation while she was getting ready, and then she just knocked it back rather than swirled and spit. But just things like, oh, I'm going to go singing tonight at karaoke. Oh, my spouse can't come, so I'll just go do it by myself.
Well, I guarantee you, Becky, mouthwash is not all your friend is drinking. If she's drinking that and she's going out without her spouse, I think your friend is not sober anymore. As a matter of fact, the second she drank the mouthwash, she's technically not sober anymore. So now that we agree, well, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I'm adamant that your friend is not sober anymore. What is your question for me?
How should I, I'm just a friend. I love this person. I don't want to be too big of a busybody, but at the same time, I want to be a good friend. And how do I go about being a good friend without alienating this person? Or
you know what? I think you know how to maneuver this. I think you definitely ask her a question. Don't make a statement. Instead of saying, I see you drinking this. I see you going out without your husband. Ask her, say, hey, how is your sobriety going? Because she is declaring her sobriety. It's not a secret, right? You're allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you got to ask her some questions. How do you think it's going? And if it goes much further, I will tell you right now, how is she getting to the bar to do karaoke?
Driving.
She's a mistake away from killing somebody, if not herself. I think, Becky, you owe it to her. And you know what? In a way, you owe it to yourself because you don't want to be the one who didn't take this shot. And she did have too much to drink and got in a car accident. But, Becky, there's no way your friend's sober anymore. And as a good friend, and as a person who loves this person, you need to look out for your friend, and you have to raise some questions. Honey, are you having a hard time? Because it seems to me he's having some difficulties right now. And make your move there, Becky, and you're a very good friend, and thank you very much for calling.
If you've got a question for the life coach, now is the time to call 800-252-1025. Any kind of problem, Danny will help you. Make the call now. Betty in Federal Way, you're on with Danny Bonaduce.
Hiya, Betty.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. What's up?
I'm in the midst of a very, very nasty divorce, and just looking for some advice on how to deal with somebody who won't let go and is making some very unbelievable threats about taking off with our daughter.
Okay, that's, first thing I tell anybody who's going through anything difficult, whether it's a divorce or not, is to start making a journal. And start saying the times and dates and the particulars of said threats. Because believe it or not, if you go to court, they're going to ask for that and they're going to want it. And no matter what your husband says, that journal is going to carry more weight with the judge. And this isn't something I'm thinking of and I'm thinking wouldn't be neat. I've seen it a dozen times. And also, I've seen it, not against me, I thought I'd make that clear, in sexual harassment charges. You can say he did it, she did it. The journal's almost another witness. It's amazing how much concrete a judge will give that. So that's the first thing I'm going to tell you is to start keeping a journal of times and dates, even the locations where he said he would take your kid. Now, has he ever threatened violence against anyone?
He has a history of some mental illness and things of that nature.
You need to be writing this down. Do you have a lawyer?
Yes, I do.
You need to call your lawyer. Your lawyer's going to know exactly what to do. I don't know if you're a really nice girl, Betty, and you just want to keep your husband out of jail. But when you turn it on, and here's the thing, you got to be ready for this. The stuff that your husband is doing is actionable. He can threaten to do this, and he can threaten to do that. But he's got a history of violence in the household and mental instability. Everybody's going to sit up and take notice. Is it a fight for custody of this child?
Yeah, that's our biggest issue.
All right, you know what? Like I said, God, say it again.
He won't. I mean, we're at the point where he won't sign divorce papers, and he wants to go to counseling and this and that. And I'm at the point where I'm ready to file a restraining order because I'm scared to death of.
They're easy to do. File the restraining order. Nobody really gets hurt in this. In the old days, it was just such a strike against you. Oh, you have a restraining order. You're a lunatic. You've done something to. Now again, somebody just got sick of somebody else's stuff. I say file it absolutely. Call your lawyer and write down the times and dates of any kind of threat and his history of violence. He's going to lose custody, which it sounds like he's already just on the verge of doing. You're going to get 100% custody of your kid, and then you're going to file the restraining order. And this guy hopefully isn't crazy enough to go against that, and he's out of your life. That's going to work. You're in the catbird seat. You're in the driver's seat, Betty. Everything, it's your day. Good luck to you on that.
There's still time for you to make the call to the life coach with any kind of issue you're going through. If you need help, Danny is here for you at 800-252-1025. Lifecoach at KZOK.com is the email. Joe in Centralia said via email, I forgot our anniversary. I suspect my wife had a feeling I was going to forget and didn't remind me, which made me feel a little bit trapped. We've been married for 11 years, and she has expressed her disappointment. Although it's not a deal breaker, I'd like to make it up to her. What would you suggest I do?
You know, I don't really know what it is, but I mean, it depends on your financial situation for what I would say. The first thing I would do is I'd say I'd be a little kinder and I'd pay attention to her feelings. And, pay attention to her feelings, a big one. Amy said to me, that's my wife, that anytime I say something nice, I have a habit of saying something snide immediately after it. I wish I could think of exactly, give you, and just the one that I just thought of is so mean. I never said anything like that to my wife. But, I've been really cognizant of that the last few days. Make sure to say something nice, women. All people seem to really respond. Say something nice. But there is I hear it. I'm not exactly what it is. I mean, I know it is. It's a cruise ship. There's a commercial running for an Alaska cruise on this very radio station, probably all the other radio stations, an Alaska cruise. I went on one. If you can afford that, nothing says I'm sorry like an Alaskan cruise. Clean up your house. There's your thing. Be a guy. Do something that she wouldn't suspect. Clean up your, become a little, do a load of laundry. Things like that. Girls really react. In my estimation, girls react very well to that. I think help her out around the house and then start doing things that or the things she likes, and a little effort on your part. Amy and I have a little joke that whenever I do anything, this probably says I'm a lazy bum, but when I bring the trash cans in when I get home from work, when I get in, I almost demand she listens to it. She looks at me and goes, I see you helping. Because that's kind of help. So help out. You're a woman, much like anybody else, probably a little burdened these days. Help out in a noticeable way. Don't ask for a lot of kudos around your house. And then go from there all the way up to when I said the last, any other kind of cruise. They're really romantic. But, maybe you can't get away right now. I'm going to start by taking the trash in. Go to saying I love you more often. Try cooking dinner. Things like that. She will like it.
800-252-1025. Still time to call the life coach. We've got an email here from Donna in Linwood.
Hi, Donna.
I'm 3 months pregnant and having an affair. I feel horrible.
You're an idiot. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Man, could you walk yourself into more of a hassle?
I feel horrible about this double life, but if I tell my husband, I'm afraid he'll leave me with a child on the way.
Of course he'll leave you.
I believe the other man is interested in a long-term relationship with me if I leave my marriage, but I have concerns over his lack of past long-term commitments. What do you think I should do?
Man. Denise, was it?
Donna,
I'm very mad at you. Here's what you have done. And here's the way men think. The other guy, I don't like him at all. Does he even know you're pregnant? I don't like this guy even a little bit. Who's having an affair with you? You're a married woman, for God's sakes. Get rid of this guy. He doesn't want to have a long-term relationship with you. And you're smart to say, I'm looking at his past, and it's not in there. So, this guy's nothing. Here's what you have done. If your husband, once he finds out, and he will find out, you've tainted the child. In his love and how it's going to go. You're having sex with a man with his child in that oven. That's exactly the way a man's going to think about that. And I don't know when that's going to go away for him, if ever, but you've walked into such a troubling thing. Here's my advice to you. Dump the other guy that you're having an affair with. That's not going to work, I promise you. None of your friends think that's going to work. None of that's going to work. Find the right time to tell your husband, because he is going to find out and he deserves to know, and see if he can recover from this. And maybe when the baby comes in, your husband can be as affected as the way a lot of men and women are too. Oh my God, that's the baby. That's a clean slate with everything. You know what? You walked into a nasty situation. I don't know why you did it, but you're going to go apologize to your husband is what you're going to do. You're going to tell him how sorry you are. And you're going to say, please forgive me, and let's raise this baby together, and thank you so much. Bite the bullet for a little while on this. You did it. It's not like this is nobody's fault. Yes, it is. This is your fault. Take a responsibility for it. Tell your husband how much you love him, because I think that you do, and try very hard to work this out.
Let's put you on now with James in Federal Way. James, you're on with the Life Coach.
Hey, James.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very good, thanks.
What's up?
Okay, so the question is, I'm the only one on the mortgage, community property stage. She's on the deed.
Let's slow down a bit. So I'm guessing you are getting a divorce.
Yes.
All right, what happens now?
All right, so everything's in the process. So I'm giving her the house.
Right.
So should I have her name on the mortgage before I hand over the house?
Do you have a lawyer?
Yes and no. I have one in mind, but I have not called them yet.
You know what? This is a very inexpensive thing. It sounds like you guys worked it out. I would have the proper signatures on everything. Here's what you don't want to find out, and this has happened to a lot of people that I know. Somebody starts borrowing against this house, and all of a sudden the bills show up at your door. Don't play fast and loose with this, James. You want to have all the signatures in all the right places. You want to be all over. You want to be gone from that deed, gone from the deals. And you know what? I still have, and I gave my ex-wife the house, man, and I would start getting some weird paperwork in the mail. Get all off of this paperwork, so that is not your responsibility in any way, shape, or form. She can get the house. That's nice for you to give it to her if that's the way the situation worked out. But get off that paperwork. I promise you, she's going to take a second, and somebody's going to show up at your door going, where's my money? Hey, man, that's all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. Thank you so much for your phone calls and your emails. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones, Divorce from a Man. Oh, my goodness. 1-800-DIVORCE.